What is up? And welcome to another episode of the Worship Based Coffee Podcast. I am Jay Soleil, your host. Welcome in episode 14 and the first episode of 2026. And if I haven't told you already, Happy New Year. This is the first episode for this year, and I am really excited about this year, 2026, and bringing you more episodes, more content. It's going to be a great year, and I'm really looking forward to it. So my first guest that I have of the year is the great Jacob Lowery. Now, some of you out there might say, well, who's Jacob Lowery? Let me just illuminate you on Mr. Jacob Lowery. Here is some of the people that he has either played for live or he has recorded in the studio. So stick with me on the list here on this intro. Michael McDonald, Kenny Loggins, Josh Groban, Sarah Bareilles. I'm not know if I'm saying that right. Shaka Khan, Christopher Cross, Burt Bacharach, Reba McEntire, Lady A, Michael W. Smith, Matt Maurer, CeCe Winans, Brandon Lake, Kane, Natalie Grant, Torrin Wells, Tasha Cobbs, let's see, The Gettys, Mandisa, David Leonard, Christy Knuckles, Francesca Battistelli. I don't know if I'm saying that one right either. Hey, just a precursor there on that. My last name is Soleil. My entire life, I've never heard it pronounced correctly. So I'm on board with all those people who can't pronounce it correctly. Amy Grant, Stephen Curtis Chapman, Jeremy Camp, Matthew West, Danny Goki, Nicole Nordeman, Colton Dixon, the Newsboys, Philip Craig and Dean, Israel Hooten, Selah, let's see, I Am They, Anthony Skinner, the Martins, the Katinas, Jamie Grace, Gaither Vocal Band, Lincoln Brewster, Jackie Velasquez, Nashville, the TV show that was on, Jimmy Wayne, Colby Cooper, Jason Crabb, Aaron Schuss, Lauren Daigle, The City Harmonic, Chris McClarney, Chris Jansen, John Michael McMillan, All Sons and Daughters, John Oates, and many more. So obviously that's a pretty amazing resume to have there. And I think it's really cool. And I'm excited to have Jacob on and for you to get to hear some of his story and his stories of music. So much so that I actually told him that I wanted to have him. I was like, we have to do a part 2. Have to. It was so good and really enjoyed it. He's a great guy. And anyway, so 2026 edition, let's get to it. What's up, Jacob?
Hey, man.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, bro. Good to be here with you.
Hey, thank you so much for coming in to the Worship Based Coffee Podcast. This episode is going to be the first official episode of 2026.
Yeah.
So
kicking it off right.
Exactly. Although in my text to you, I said on a high note, and you were like, bro, it's a low note. And I was like, talk about great dad joke or what? I was like, yes.
I thought you were a bass player, awesome. Man. Come on.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So how's your week been?
Oh, let's see. Man, it's been good. Worked here at my place Monday all day. Let's see. Do people care? It's Wednesday. Okay, whatever. And then I had a triple all day session yesterday, and then today worked around here again. So it's
okay.
I just never know. I never know if it's going to be like that or if it's going to be a full week out, or I just say yes. Okay.
So can you describe kind of like what a normal, well, I guess it's not really normal. It's abnormal, but what, just say a week, give a description kind of how a week can go for you.
Yeah, man. Usually it involves throwing a lot of bases in the back of my car and fighting traffic. But I live in Columbia, between Columbia and Nashville in the morning. Most sessions start at 10 o'clock. I don't know if you've talked about anything like that, but most things here in
No.
Nashville start at 10. It's like a 10 to 1 o'clock lunch between 1 and 2, and then 2 to 5 is another session.
Okay.
So usually to get there, bass player needs to get there while the drums are getting sounds, say 9:30, and we haul in what we have to haul in. And I'll try to shoot for 9:30, but dude, that traffic at that time of day here in Nashville
bro.
is
Yeah.
brutal. So anyhow, that's a lot of the week right there. And then there are other days where I'm just here. People send me tracks to do here, and I love those days. I love to have sprinkle those days in, but I am a very social person, so I would never want to just do that.
Yeah.
I like being with people. But and then also, I didn't do this for a long time. I kind of stopped doing it, but all of a sudden there's been a little bit of production work and like
Okay.
co-writing and those kind of things happening too. So
Nice.
yeah, it's a good balance to keep my brain engaged.
Right.
It's a nice balance right now. So yeah, that's what a typical week may kind of look like.
Yeah, I love it. Have you this year, have you done any like tour dates, or have you just mostly been in the studio this year?
Mostly in the studio. We did so, and it was 2022, January of 22. I got a call from Reba McEntire's camp, and our beloved Mark Hill, who played for her forever.
Yeah,
One
I
of
know
the
who Mark is.
best of the best. Like, just, oh my gosh, man.
Yes.
Killer guy too.
Yes.
Yeah. He was stopping that gig. And so anyhow, I got a call to do that in January of 22. And so I started doing some shows with Miss Reba McEntire, and that was great. But it's not like people would assume touring is. It's not like we're just gone. It would be 6 weekends in a row of Friday and Saturday and home Sunday morning. So I could keep my session career alive.
Oh, nice.
So we did that like spring and fall 22, and then again spring of 23, and then nothing all of 24. And then this year we did 6 shows in March.
Okay.
And then we did, I think, the Nashville rodeo in May. So we did 7 shows total this year, and that's it. Yeah.
Nice.
So,
is it,
yeah.
I was trying to remember when you said Mark, isn't he playing with the Petty Junkies?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Dude,
killer. He's killer, bro.
They are so good too.
Well, Lonnie's on drums, Lonnie Wilson and Jerry Mack, and
yeah,
dude, that's
yeah.
game
The
over.
whole
killer.
band is just ridiculous.
Yeah, man. Mark is, Mark is.
Yeah. And like just super kind too. Like because what happened is one of the Americana guy that I play for, his name's John Salloway. We actually opened for them at a festival over in Nolensville. And so like before, when we were just kind of chilling a little bit, I got to talk to Mark for a little bit, and dude, he plays on a jazz bass, and it just like with no pedals, and it just sounds sick.
It's here. It's his fingers, man.
Yes. All in the fingers. I'm like, no, don't tell me it's all in the fingers. I want to hear what I can get. Exactly. I need that magic sauce.
He is living proof that tone is in the fingers, man, for sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So like when with, in this being in and out of the studio, do you, find yourself still setting time aside maybe for a little like practicing, or is your studio time so busy that really pretty much is your practicing?
Yeah, that's a weird thing, isn't it? And I'd be interested to know what other people have said to you on that. But For me, I mean, I'm getting older now. Except that we just had that conversation before you hit
Right.
record
Yeah.
on how to angle our lights so
Right.
our wrinkles don't show.
Exactly.
But anyway, what was the question? No, I found that I would rather be inspired by something and then dive into it rather than making running scales or, doing
Right.
stuff just for the sheer,
Yeah.
physicality of it or whatever, I can get burnt out on that pretty quick. And this might sound, I don't know how it's going to sound, but, what I do is I play every day on something. I'm playing every day on something. So I am doing the physicality of the
Right.
playing. And getting to work with other people, that inspires me to do something. Like I'll
Mm.
hear somebody play something and I'll go, I don't know, that inspires me to do stuff.
Yeah.
But there are moments, probably quarterly in the year, where I go, wow, I remember this record that I love. This Winans record from 1984 or whatever. Abe Laborio played on. I don't know, something.
Yeah.
And I'll get my bass and I'll plug it in and I'll play it, man. I'll sit there and just play that record, play that stuff, and
Okay.
I'll remember it and figure it out
Yeah.
and do that. And for me, that keeps me inspired and gets me going down the road a lot longer. Man, I mean, I started taking lessons at 12. I've been playing since then, man. I mean,
Right.
I've literally had a bass in my hand ever since then. And, I did some very little studying in college, but I had some proper teachers along the way that have taught me certain things and things I need to know. But I did those exercises and scales every day for a long
Right.
time. Now I'm just kind of trying to chase inspiration, which is
Yeah.
sounds, songs. And if I need to get in and woodshed something and learn it that way, I absolutely certainly will.
Right.
But
Right.
it's not a get up at 6 a.m., get a coffee, come in
Right.
here and start running chromatic
Yeah.
scales. All that being
Right.
said, if it strikes me to do that, I'm going to do it. I will
Right.
definitely do it. But
Yeah.
it's just not I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, that's how it's kind of how it is for me.
Yeah. I
Like,
like that.
like
Getting
I had a accident a couple years ago and I was kind of laid up a little bit and I didn't play for a few weeks. And I finally, one day I hadn't played and, I finally told Lori, my wife, I was like, hey, if you can get me out to my studio and hand me a bass and turn on the Silk Sonic record for me, and put it on repeat, I'm just going to sit there and play it for a few hours. And that's what I
Right.
did. I mean, it's like got me back sitting down and playing again. And,
Yeah.
so I like doing that. I like playing songs. That was a
Yeah.
long answer. I'm sorry, bro. That
Oh
was a
no,
lot.
I love that because that's how it is for me too. I honestly like I find myself, because of like preparing for Sunday mornings or preparing for I'm not playing in the Beatles group anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Am just because I am focusing more on doing this. But I do have that one friend of mine, John Salway, that I do play for. And like learning songs for that, and plus with Sunday, it's like I find myself in these little seasons of learning songs so much that it's
Mhm.
like I don't really get to like like you said, woodshed. So it's more of like when I do have that free time, it's like, oh well, you know what, this song is really cool. I just want to learn that
Yeah.
song.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And dig into the tone. Like, how did they get that sound? How do they do that? Are they
Yeah.
playing soft? Are they playing with a pick? Or, what kind of strings?
Right.
And maybe, like digging into that kind of creativity. I mean, we did our 30,000 hours, up to this point.
Right.
And I'm not,
Yeah, for
I'm not
sure.
downgrading practicing, and everybody's got a different
Yes.
rhythm, man. Everybody's got a different
Sure.
creative process. So,
Yeah.
I like to be inspired by something.
Yeah. I totally get that. So you had shared a little bit there. You said about starting playing the bass when you were 12. So, like, how did you get into music as a kid?
Yeah, man. Well, I grew up in a small town, Louisiana, near
Okay.
Lake Charles, Louisiana. It's a town called DeQuincy, Dequincy, and it's about 4,000 people, something like that. But it had, I'm going to exaggerate, but it's close, 10 Pentecostal churches.
Okay.
And those are the kind of situations where there's some pretty heavy rules. I'm going to be careful.
Right.
Music was encouraged. How about that? That's the positive way of saying that.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Music was encouraged, and thank God. So my mom was a great singer. She was an alto. She sang in like groups at the church.
Nice.
And my dad was the town barber, and he's just a heck of a whistler, man. Just like amazing.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I know, dude. It's like unnaturally
it
good.
is a skill.
It's crazy,
really
man.
is.
Like he can harmonize, and it's bananas. So, and both of my sisters were singers, also really, really good. My oldest sister has her master's degree in music, and then
That's right.
my sister, just 3 years older than me, she is just a killer singer. She's been a worship leader and artist, and writer. She's a great singer. So I had all that, and where we were was really densely populated with really good musicians. I didn't know that until I moved. For whatever reason, it was, God did that and put me in the middle of that. So I started on drums at 5 years old. I can remember going up on the stage and playing drums at the end of service when people were like, dancing and shouting around and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was just playing with all these people on stage. And I was like, this is it. This is what I want to do right here. So drums were my deal. Took some piano lessons here and there. But at 12 years old, my mom was like, you gotta play something other than drums too. You gotta do it. So she made me start taking bass lessons from a guy named Jerry Mouton. So
Okay.
Cajun,
Yeah.
Louisiana.
That's for sure.
And he was killer, man. I actually have his bass. He passed away maybe a decade ago. I have his bass in there. Ken Smith 4-string. It's killer.
Amazing.
I don't even want to play it. Like, it's just like, there it is.
Yes.
That's what he's got.
Yeah. The sentimentality behind it is everything.
So he taught me like fingering stuff. But I was already playing at church. And what I was listening to was a lot of gospel music, which is black gospel music. Like I mentioned, the Winans. There's like Milton Brunson. There's like, that whole kind of church choir thing.
Yeah.
So I was hearing a lot of that because that's what we went for at church. So that's what I was getting to play, and that's what was fun. But I was also listening to country music too, and pop music. So it was like this weird combination of worlds that I loved, all of them. And there was a bass player at the church. I gotta say these people's names, or I would just feel terrible.
Do it.
There's a bass player at church. His name was Brent Cole, 10 years older than me. I would play drums and he'd play bass, and he'd be kind of coaching me. Well, I mean, he coached me playing bass too. He was just fantastic. One of the best musicians I've ever been around. It's just all natural. And so he mentored me. This guy, Jerry Mouton, did also. And then that whole scene was kind of surrounded with amazing musicians. A bass player named James Owens, great friend, who I got to play with later in my life. Also, another guy named Landy Ewan. He lives here in Nashville. I mean, he's
nice.
I mean, just killer. And then there's the biggest influence probably of that time frame. There was a guy named Joel Smith who played with the Hawkins family and played on some Kurt Carr stuff. And he played drums and bass. And that was just so inspirational to me. Like, okay, maybe I can play both of these things. I can do them both.
Yeah.
So anyhow, boy, that was a long answer also.
Oh no, you're good. Yeah, I love
church. It. How about that? Church was the short answer.
Yeah. So did you find a point where all of a sudden it was like, okay, I do like the drums. I like this. I like that. But man, just the bass just really, like, after taking some of those lessons and stuff, you just kind of like felt like that was the instrument for you?
Well, have you ever hauled in a hardware case of drums before?
Yeah, actually, I can say that I have because usually I'm helping the drummer to
Come
haul
on, man.
it.
They can do that. They made that choice. Make them do it. No, that wasn't the reason. Actually, I mean, truthfully, I played drums and bass professionally from 15 years old up until when we moved to Nashville. I was still playing
Okay.
drums. I was still kind of splitting time, but I wanted to just be a session bass player.
Okay.
I was kind of doing it at that point because it was, it was there to be done and I needed to
Right.
work, so once we moved to Nashville, I really was like, okay, even if this hurts me, I'm just going to be a bass player. And you get on sessions with guys, I get on sessions with these guys that are just unbelievably creative at what they do. And I'm thinking, I'd probably, I can't, that's not me. It takes a lot to get there, man.
Right.
So that's kind of, it wasn't like I just chose to, I stuck with drums for a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. I love that. So you mentioned a few of the artists like the Winans. Were there any others that were kind of like influential on you, you feel like?
Yeah. Well, man, the radio was always on at my house growing up. So, it's a big, long, not really like a shotgun house in New Orleans, but like it was a long house, man. Like you
Okay.
could walk in the front door and see all the way back to the back, all the way through. So in the front room, there was a radio, like a stereo, like a living room stereo. And then in the next room, I think that was the music room. And I had like a drum kit in there, and then it had its own stereo. And if you take a left down where the bedrooms were, in the bathroom there was a radio that you listened to
I
while
love
you're
it.
getting ready. And then in my sister's room, she had her own stereo. I had my own, and then my other sister had. So every room, and then in the kitchen, my mom had like you know easy listening pop radio. And then in their back, anyway, there were radios everywhere, man. And it was legit the radio. Like it wasn't CDs or
Right.
there was some tapes snuck in there, But I'd walk in one room and it would be, let's say, Amy Grant happening or Michael W. Smith. And then the next room would be, George Strait. And then in the bathroom, it would be Tears for Fears.
I love that.
So, and I loved it all, man.
Yeah.
I loved every aspect of every bit of it. I mean, I wrote down this. I thought you would ask me this. So I wrote down Tears for Fears, Phil Collins with Genesis.
Yeah.
Like even Bon Jovi, like, dude,
Heck yeah.
Brian Adams,
Oh yeah.
Whitney Houston, Luther Vandross, Michael McDonald, who, I mean, I was lucky enough to tour with for a while. And, but also like George Strait. I love Alabama, the country band Alabama.
Oh yes.
Love all that. George Jones, even I think Vince Gill was my first concert I went to in Lake Charles. So
nice.
It was really just to steal a Louisiana thing. It was a gumbo of, all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
All kind of things that I was hearing. And, I'm thankful I was born that time because, pop radio. Okay, here's a better way to say it. Like classic rock was just becoming a thing. So on the radio, I got to hear everything from the 70s, which was Bread, Doobie Brothers,
yes.
you name Kenny Loggins, all those things, Christopher Cross. That was on the radio too, as starting to be classic rock. But then all the stuff on pop radio was so vast. Like I just said, Whitney Houston all the way to Tears for Fears. So it was like R&B or White Snake. I heard it all on the right, on the same channel. Def Leppard, that was all mixed in there with Mariah Carey, and then it changed to it all kind of sounding the same later in the 90s because some things happened.
Yeah.
And so I'm grateful I was around at that time, because you turn on one station and you get such a vast different,
Yeah.
synth pop, Madonna,
I
all that
know.
stuff was happening.
Yeah, for sure. Was it ever surreal for you that, some of these artists that you were listening to, in the younger years around your house, that then you got to work with some of them?
Yes. Oh my God, bro. Unbelievable. I
Yeah.
mean, literally like out of body. I can't, what? Like what is, yeah, it was.
Cause like for me, like when, doing a little research ahead of time and seeing some of the people that you had played for, like the ones that, stuck out to me just from my own growing up was like Stephen Curtis Chapman, Michael. I mean, I got to explain something. I saw Stephen Curtis Chapman, as a teenager. I wanted to be Stephen Curtis Chapman's bassist.
Sure. Me too.
I just
yeah.
The Great Adventure, that song, I wanted to play. Yes.
It rips, dude, right now.
I know.
That's the lead star, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Dude,
and so
rips.
I was just like, I want to tour with Steve. That was like, that inspired me. So, but like him, Michael W. Smith, those guys were just like.
And they had the best bass player, dude. They had the best bands playing for them.
Oh yeah,
at that time. I mean,
I was trying to remember ahead of time, and I can't remember. So in the 90s there was a Christian group, and they were kind of that
Whiteheart?
here. Yes, so it was Whiteheart, and there was one other one, and the guitarist played for Michael W. Smith. He had really long dark hair.
Tony Palacios.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude. Buddies of mine and I would just sit and listen, like that Place in This World. Yeah. That guitar solo is just like.
Yeah. Well, that's Dan Huff,
That's right. That was Dan.
But which he was
That's
Whiteheart.
who I'm thinking of. Yes. Yeah. But yeah, it was just like some of those, like you said, the bands and musicians that they had were just incredible. So
well, and I'll say this, like Michael W. I got the chance to do a lot with him, and I love that man. I love him. Unbelievable musician I mean, killer. Great, just artist, musician. But he knew how to surround himself with good musicians. I mean, you look at those records, like there's one called Eye to Eye. It's unbelievable. the power, musical power of all the people that's on that record, man.
Yeah.
He just does it. He enables whoever's around him just to go crush it,
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. But yeah, I was just curious how that felt, kind of getting to work with, like you said, Amy Grant and, Stephen Curtis Chapman and Michael W. Smith, Yeah.
The second show I did with Michael, he's pretty known for like saying, "Hey, let's do this." And it was like second show. I was like, well, so he hadn't been doing Place in This World whenever I started playing with him.
Okay.
And he'd been doing, I guess, the worship stuff. And I don't know.
Right.
I honestly don't know. But we were doing a show in Nashville, and he was like, "I want to do Place in This World." And he goes, "Don't," he starts playing it, don't. I'm going, "Oh God, no. And then the intro was like 7, 1, 2. And I was just on it, dude. And
that's
I was
amazing.
Just relying on instinct. And we got through sound check. I kind of stumbled through the guitar solo because it's in like 12 different keys.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's right.
But I looked at him, I was like, "Man, it'll be right tonight." And man, such great music. He made great music, man. He really does.
He did. Yeah. I remember getting to see him in concert at a show, and we just, at that time period, I had not really like fully gone all in on bass. I was still like, I was really into all those shredders and, you know, the electric guitar was, you know, and so like getting to see them play and play that solo live. And I was just like, you know, it was really cool. It was
So
awesome.
killer.
Yeah. So you've played from everything from country to CCM. What do you think was like a point that was like the turning point that kind of opened up those doors when you first came here and you're kind of trying to get indoors?
Yeah. I'll try to do better, not have such long answers. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I love the long answers.
Okay, so we moved here in 2008. Lori, my beautiful wife, Lori, my best friend, she's freaking awesome. We had 3 kids. I think they were 6, 4, and sorry, my dog's barking.
Oh, you're good.
But,
It's fine.
So let's see. Anyway, they were 6 down to 1. Our kids were 3 kids, and Jesse, Beth, Hudson, and Mabel. And so we moved here. Didn't know anybody. I've been an MD at a church in Austin, and that was what I've been doing. But we decided to move up here and just kind of give it a shot.
Yeah.
So we got here, didn't know anybody really, and so struggled for struggled and not starved, but you know,
right.
We stretched out our savings, and then 2010, I get a call from a guy that I met. There's a band in Texas. I'd moved to Texas before moved
Okay.
here, and I met a guy named Michael Farron, who's an amazing songwriter.
I know who Michael is.
Yeah, Michael's killer, man.
Yeah.
He's kind of like the best songwriter you'll ever be around, and great dude. And I met him in Austin, and he had a band called Pocket Full of Rocks.
Nice.
And they wrote Let It Rain. Let it rain, let it rain. And so met him there. We stay connected, and I stay connected with, he had an electric player named Kyle Lee.
Okay.
And Kyle moved, they all moved here, got a record deal. And Kyle was a good engineer, a guitarist, a musician, singer. I mean, he's really talented. But he got here and he started doing some second engineer kind of engineering stuff under a guy named Brian Lennox, who's a great producer, produced tons of stuff for Michael W. and various other artists. They're 2010 doing a new record called Wonder for Michael W. And something happened and they needed a bass player on a day, and the guy that they had couldn't be there. So Kyle told the producer, like, hey, Jacob plays bass. You should call Jacob. So I went and had lunch with Brian Lennox and Kyle, and Brian was basically like, I just wanted to meet you and make sure you were a good hang. You weren't like some weirdo, you know, we're going to ruin the mood.
Right.
And he's like, I've heard you play. Kyle sent me stuff he played on. So he's like, okay, well, bring your gear tomorrow.
Nice.
It's where, you know, where Yamaha is now in Franklin.
Yeah.
It was Toby Mac's place for a while. Anyway, I showed up there. He said, bring all your basses and all your gear, and, you know, we'll start at 10 o'clock tomorrow. So I get there, and at that point, all I had was my 73 jazz bass. That's the only bass I had. And I had a 1/4-inch cable, and I had a Boss tuner. So I showed up, I walk in, and like the guitarist was Adam Lester, who has played for Frampton, Colby Calais. He's killer. Amazing electric guitar. I'm walking down the hall to the studio, through the main room, and it's lined with his guitars. Just like, to me, it seemed like 30 guitars just lined up. And I'm like walking in with my one bass and my 1/4-inch cable. But I walked in and plugged into the pre, and they were getting drum sounds on the drummer, and it was Dan Needham. And
okay.
I'd been playing drums, been copying Dan, trying to be Dan for a long time, and I loved everything he played on. I mean, Dan is just
yeah,
unreal, man. So he's playing, and I just kind of start sneaking playing with him, and it's like I've been playing with him forever, because little did we know, we're kind of Well, I know him, but also like some of our
Yeah.
upbringing is similar,
Okay.
church wise.
Yeah.
And he played on all those Israel Houghton records that I
Right.
love.
Yes.
He's the guy, man. And so I struck up a friendship with him that day that I talk to him today. Like it's still going.
That's
So
amazing.
that hit off great. Michael was there playing keys and we played, and I played on the whole record somehow or another. And
Which
and then
one was that?
it's called Wonder, Wonder.
Okay.
And then Michael asked me probably 2 months after we wrapped that record if I would join his live band. And I was like, yeah. Heck yeah, man.
Here, let me
And
think about it. Okay.
that was such a blessing, man, to get to do that, to be with him. And, the friendship thing starts happening.
Yes. Yep.
Relationship. And it's not a slimy way of doing it. You got to be willing to play the long game.
Yeah.
And it's not making friendships to get anything. It's making friendships and seeing what blossoms from that.
Yeah.
So Dan obviously started telling other producers about me. Hey, if you check out Jacob, and Michael did the same thing. Michael W. He was telling all the producers to use me. And then when I started touring with Michael, he brought Scott Williamson out to play drums. And that's another friendship that has sustained me up to this point. And I mean, it's like a brother, it's like Dan, it's like another brother, you get in with those friendships like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh gosh, what was the question, dude?
Well, I was just kind of asking how you kind of got into that.
Oh, okay.
The
that
whole
was
world.
it.
So that
a friendship.
Yeah, I love
real,
that.
Genuine, like actual friendship. And Kyle, who got me on that, and I tell him to his face every time, like, dude, I owe you so much. So fast forward to right now, Kyle produced all the CC Winans live records. He got me to play on the first one. There's an artist named Charity Gale. He produced those.
Yeah.
He got me to play on her first record. I mean, he's the dude. he really is the dude.
Right.
So, man, relationships are the key. Okay, so on that note with Reba, the reason why I'll do this. Okay. Michael McDonald, 2014, I got a call from Michael McDonald's management. Hey, heard you can sing, heard you can play, we'd love to have you out. And I'm like, where did y'all hear? Well, Dan Needham was playing drums with my friend that I'd made,
Right.
And Dan trusted me enough to just throw my name in there. So I got the board tapes. And for those of you who don't know what a board tape is, it's just like the show. And I listened to it nonstop. I mean, all these songs minute by minute,
right. Yeah.
Keep forgetting.
Yes.
I mean, my God.
Oh my gosh.
you know them all, but taking it to the streets. But that you want to hear the live energy so you can match it. So for a month, I knew for a month, and we weren't going to have any rehearsals. I just had to show up and play and sing. And
Amazing.
Michael doesn't use any tracks. It's just go for it. So I studied that thing, man, and I actually set up a microphone in here, and I would stand. I treated it just like a show.
Yeah.
I would stand, sing my part in the mic, and play the song every morning, for about an hour. I would run through as much as I could. And when I never met any of them. I only knew Dan. Dan was the only person I knew on the whole crew. And flew out to California, walk up. And before we walk up, Dan says, dude, I had a dream last night that you like totally bombed it. And I'm like, great.
Thanks,
bro.
Thanks for that.
So we walk out, man, and I plug in. I've got my little rig set up. They get a sound on what I'm doing. And then Michael walks up and just so sweet, introduces himself. And it's a big deal to me, to meet him.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
And he's like, well, should we just run through everything? Should we just go through? I'm like, yeah, that'd probably be good for me. So, man, and I feel like I did really well at the rehearsal, like, the run through, and I
Yeah.
pretty much got my parts right singing too. And, so I was just so shocked. Like, I'm playing minute by minute right now, that's just
Right.
dude. Um,
And
so
like you're hearing his voice
yes,
in your
in my ears.
ears right
Yes.
on the same stage.
Well, and beyond that, man, his people forget he sings so good. People forget about his piano
Yeah.
playing.
Yes.
I mean, he created that vibe. He created that
He
whole thing, man.
he seems like he has a good sense of humor too. Is
Yeah.
that true?
He doesn't
That the
take himself too
case?
seriously. He doesn't,
'Cause
but he's killer.
yeah, one of the videos, and I'm gonna tag it. I'm gonna put it in the in the YouTube portion of this at the end. I'm gonna put some of these videos, but one of them was one that Steven from Bluesman had shared to me, and it was when you played with him, and you did Keep Forgetting, and you played the Bluesman,
Yeah.
and just like I remember afterwards being like, yeah, I need one of those basses now. Just because the tone just sounded so good. But
Sick.
I remember you saying how I thought when I had originally talked to you about it before, you had said something about, dude, I was really kind of a little bit nervous for that show because it was being recorded and all that. And like, plus that bass part is just ridiculous,
Yeah. Well, I'll talk about that, man.
Yeah, do
That
it.
was Soundstage in Chicago, and Michael had a new record come out, and they wanted to do a few songs from that, and then also obviously you have to do all the things. Well, dude, that bass part to me is like holy ground, and I know that whatever
Yes.
people think that's dramatic, but dude,
No.
if you overplay it or you play the note length wrong, or you just slap it, or whatever, I mean,
Yeah.
no, that it's perfect the way it is on the
Yes.
record. It is
Yep.
perfect. So for somebody to like put their spin on it and play it a different way, but I literally played that intro that way I played with him for 5 or 6 years, and like there was never any variation. That's the way
Right.
dude played it on the record, and I mean it's so good, man. It's so sparse, but yeah, that sold a lot of bases for John. That intro of that song.
Yeah, right.
Bluesman. Yeah.
So was that Dan on that as well? Okay, cool. Because when you were saying who it was, I was thinking, I wonder if that's who it was that was playing drums.
And Dan's the same way. Like that's Jeff Porcaro playing on that track originally on drums. It's like Dan's he's not gonna crap on that thing, man. You gotta just this is the way it was, and it was perfect.
Right.
And that's the way we thought about those songs. There were some things that Michael did different arrangements on, and we'd stretch out a little bit, and there's a little room to do some things, but for some reason that one was sacred ground, man. Okay, to wrap up this question 15 minutes later, the way I got on the Reba thing was Jeff King, dear beloved electric player here in Nashville that everybody loves. I've done a billion sessions with him. He told, actually it had been COVID for 2 years, and I had toured for 2 years, and Michael went back with the Doobie Brothers. So I was thinking, maybe I won't tour anymore. Maybe I'll just stay home.
Yeah.
But Jeff put my name in when Mark bailed out, and they called me, and I didn't try out. I mean, I just literally went in, and I didn't know anybody. Well, you know what? Garth, sweet Garth Justice was playing. He came on the same time as me, so I knew him, and I knew Jeff. But yeah. But again, friendships. You got to be able to do your job. Obviously, you have to be able to plug in and play the right notes. You have to be able to play in time. Have your stuff in tune. Your gear needs to work. That's a given. You're not even going to get called if that's not the case. But friendships,
it's so true.
Real like invested into friendships are the way forward. In this town.
And yeah, for sure. And like, to me, like you said something there at the very beginning of talking about it, that he just wanted to see how you were as far as being a good hang. And people don't realize how important that is. And you shouldn't try to be like who you aren't, but just understanding like that, hey, speaking up at the right times, not saying things at other times, you know, there's kind of this whole, and just like kind of learning the room, and that way you're not coming over the top, you know, and stuff like that. But I know for a fact this was kind of in my period where I was, you know, working 40 hours a week, and then I was playing shows Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you know, for a little while, just because it was, hey, my opportunity to play music. But I was getting gigs, and it was probably more because of my personality and because I was a good hang than it was my playing.
Yeah.
And being truthful. Like they knew that they could find another guy that was, you know, that could play even better than me, but just being that good hang. I mean, because you go to, like, especially us, we're throwing all of our gear in the back of a minivan and driving 8 hours, you know, on the road. You've got to be like able to get along with people, you know, to drive that far for a gig, you know.
Well, you know, man, I told a kid called me today and he's 19 and he's kind of like, nothing's happening for me. And I was like, dude, first of all, you got to be patient. Like, you literally just graduated high school. And I said, secondly, he's doing a music school thing.
Oh, cool.
I said, why don't you come to a session and hang out next week? And I said, you're going to learn stuff in that 3-hour session that you're not going to learn at school.
Yep.
I'm not anti-school, but
No,
what I told him was, you need to learn to get your social cues intact.
Right.
You know, when to say something, when to not say something.
Yeah.
When, you know, all that stuff. Jerry McPherson said it best, as he always does. If you can learn to read music, you should learn to read the room.
Yeah, man, that's so good. I love that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I got it tattooed on my back, man. I'm kidding.
That would be, I was about to go, that's amazing.
With Jerry's name under it.
Like the little line with his, so out of all the like live performances that you've done, is there any like particular live performance that kind of like stands out, that's like probably as far as memorable, that you when you think back, you know, to them?
Yeah, definitely. There's a couple. Let's see. Okay, so Madison Square Garden, I played there with Reba. That one, like, I don't get nervous really for shows like that. That one was, I got nervous, man. Why? You know, it's like it's another big, stinky, loud, boomy room. But something special in that room. And then I've played Hollywood Bowl a bunch of times, and did a couple nights with Michael, Christopher Cross, and Kenny Loggins. And it was like a yacht rock extravaganza.
Heck yeah. It is.
That was so good, man. Played there again with Reba, but also played there with Michael and Shaka Khan.
Okay.
Probably, I think that was 2019 summer. And then, but the one I remember the most is Greek Theater in Los Angeles. I don't know what year. I think, you know what? I think it was 2016, because I just gotten my Bluesman bass, the one that I love.
Okay.
And so we're walking out on stage, sound checks, whatever, chill. Nobody's out there. You know what the Greek looks like? I mean, it's like an outdoor kind of open.
Yeah.
It's cool, man. it's smaller than Hollywood Bowl, but it's a cool outdoor venue. Walking out, Pat Cool was the organ player from Michael, and we're walking out. And he goes, "Hey man, just so you know, Lee Sklar's on second row over there." I'm like,
no.
"Oh, great, cool,
thanks."
great. Why did he tell me, man? Like, so Lee's second row. This is a weird, like, could have been a sitcom situation. Lee's second row. We're playing the set. I look over at the monitor board, and Toto is standing at the monitor board.
Oh my gosh.
Watching the show. Okay, cool, Toto. And then for the encore, Cher comes out and sings "Taking It to the Streets."
Oh my goodness. You're like, what?
What? Alternate reality.
Somebody pinch me.
It was so weird, man. Such a weird night.
That's wild.
Yeah. I remember that one pretty vividly for those reasons. I know there are a billion other great ones. Really cool show in Brazil with Michael W. Smith outside on a beach.
Oh, cool.
A bazillion people. I mean, like, so many people out there, man. That was a real cool show. That's
incredible. I love that. So what's something that you've learned that you think from collaborating with so many different styles of artists? What's something that you think that you've learned probably from that?
Ooh, man. Musically?
Sure. Yeah. It could be musically or anything, actually.
Well, I think the main thing I've learned is the social thing and like the psychology of this whole deal that we do. You have to learn that every artist you work for is different and they have different things that make them happy.
Yeah.
They have different things. Like I know for sure, for instance, Michael W, he would let me just get away with murder up there. I would just go for it. He would just be like pushing me like, "Oh yeah, cool, go." And
that's amazing.
And so not the same with Michael McDonald. It's not that he didn't dig that. We're talking about music right now. But those parts were a little more laid out, and I tried to stick to them. And then fast forward to Reba, even the more so. I'm trying to. I mean, because bro, I'm like, literally some of those songs, you got to respect that. You got to do it, man. You got to just do it right. And if you do it wrong, it's wrong. And it's not the right thing for the song.
That'll get the drums completely off.
Well, and it's just and that's good discipline to be thinking that way, you know. It's kind of a hook too of a song when you lock into that, right? But I don't want to be the one to, I've got this great idea for a riff in the middle of, this song, and we didn't rehearse it, and I do it and maybe throw somebody off kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't want to be that kind of thing. Now there are moments in the show where I felt like there was a moment to, pop out and then go back to where you belong.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like you playing those Beatles songs, man.
I like to call those spicy moments.
Yeah, just a little
bit of spice. Yeah.
But it's like those Beatles songs, man, that and inside and out. Bro, you're not going to just.
True. Very true. Yeah.
You're not going to do Fixing a Hole and play that part wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's very true. That's well put. I've tried to preach it some on here and just talking about it it's serving the song,
sure.
I think is really, and that's, what I talk about on Sunday mornings, locking in with the drummer, but it's serving the song. you're like, when you're doing that, when you are doing a little bit of spice, you're not thinking about yourself. You're thinking, oh, how can I serve this song and maybe throw in the little bit of spiciness? And I think that's really what it boils down to, is not having the ego enough to where you're like, hey, I'm going to lock in with this with the band. I'm going to serve the song. And then every once in a while, I'll throw in my little bit of spice,
Yeah. And you try out that little spice at the rehearsal. And if you get one of these, you don't do it
then
again.
You're like, yeah, I probably won't do that.
Don't do it. You don't have a conversation. You just don't do it again.
Right.
That's nobody notices the bass player until that, until they mess up. And then it's like, hey,
who did that?
Yeah. Where'd the foundation go?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I guess that's something, the studio's a total different thing because it's a different artist almost every day.
Right.
And what they perceive as, man, I want this song to be aggressive. I want this to be rock. Well, what kind of rock did you listen to growing up?
Right.
Did you?
Yeah.
You got to figure out what their words mean, what their descriptors are, and then land where that is. So it's psychology, man. It's a brain trip.
In that same thing, how do you, as far as like tonally, how do you figure that out? Like, do you kind of go in with I'm guessing that maybe sometimes you get like a rough track, and so you have kind of a idea of what at least the song is going to be like, maybe, or you've worked with them, or
So usually for sessions here, it's you show up. Usually a producer calls you, and you show up, or that if you're lucky, they'll say it's this artist.
Okay.
And so, hey, we need to book you for 2 days for whoever that is. Oh, okay, cool. And for pop stuff that we can figure out pretty quick, I honestly I don't like to hear it beforehand, because then I start forming opinions.
Oh.
And I start thinking, oh, this would be cool as a Sheryl Crow thing, or, as whatever.
Yeah.
But then you get there and they're like, I want to change this to be, I want this to feel like whatever artist.
Yeah.
Or I want it to be, whatever it could be. So, but if I hear stuff beforehand, I go into the mentality of, I would have learned it a certain way, but I want to have that first initial reaction when I'm looking at the chart, reading it with the band, and we're all like, you're going to play that? Okay. You're going to play 12 string? Okay, cool. Then I'll play baritone. And, you start talking through stuff, and then you go play. In the first pass might be amazing. You might fix it up, or it might be, that didn't work. Let's try a different.
Okay.
So that's kind of how that usually works, as far as that goes. But tone wise, if they say, what would it be? There for a while, it was, you still get, it's just kind of a Tom Petty thing. So I grab a P bass and a pick, and here we go.
Right.
That kind of, at least that gets me in the ballpark of tone, tone wise.
Right. Well, and I'm sure that's where, of course, it wasn't for your first session, but that's where like showing up with several basses can be helpful, because then you can kind of, if one's not working, then you can go with something else.
Totally. I usually bring 7 or 8 basses. I just usually do. And like, I bring that main Bluesman. I'll bring my 73 Jazz. I have a Bluesman just like my main one that's low strung. It's got the low 4 of a 5 string. I have a Bluesman P bass.
Nice.
Whatever it's called. Whatever John's name is for that one.
DeVille. DeVille.
Yeah. And then I have a short scale Bluesman that's just like my It's the two
That's
Thunderbird thing.
right.
And then I have a Fender Mustang with flats. And I have a Yamaha, like a 1980 Yamaha BB 3000 four
Oh,
string.
nice.
Oh, it's amazing. So
Yeah.
that way I've got some, and they all make me play different too.
Sure.
I've got a bunch
Yeah.
of other ones too, but I can fit all that in the back of my car. I stack them up,
Right.
and so that way if it's like it needs to be a country thing, that's boom, 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 I'll grab the flat
Yeah.
wounds, I'll mute it out, and I'll play with a pick,
Yeah.
and I'll put a little bit of distortion on it, just a little bit to make it poke, and it sounds like an old Tic Tac bass. So,
Right.
but
Exactly.
you got to know those things. You got to go
Sure.
backwards and study, like, how did they get that sound on those old records?
Yeah.
You gotta do that kind of stuff.
That goes kind of like what you were saying earlier of how like you feel like you can get more out of listening and learning a song that you can use moving forward than you can by, like you said, learning some scales. So, when can you share a little bit about how, you became an artist for Bluesman, like how that relationship happened?
Yeah. The first tour I did with Michael W. Smith and Amy Grant in 11, something like that. I needed some work done on my jazz bass, and Mike Brignadello was playing for Amy, her band.
Okay.
And Mike said, dude, there's a guy down near you in Spring Hill named John Scott. Take it to him. Okay. So I got his number, and I went up to his house, went in his garage.
Yeah.
And, of course, if you go see John, it's going to be 3 hours.
Yeah. That's true.
The hang is 3 hours, man.
Yes.
So I hung out in his garage with him for 3 hours, and we just chatted and had,
That's amazing.
good old hang. And, I ended up borrowing a bass from him for something. It was like a jazz, whatever the jazz is called, bass-ish. And then I took it back, and he just kept working on stuff for me. And then the summer of 2016, I walked in. I don't know why I went in the shop. I was leaving the next day for tour with Michael McDonald.
Okay.
I went in there, and as I was walking out, this was just sitting there. This was sitting on a stand, just like that.
Amazing.
And I was like, man, that looks pretty cool. And he said, man, you should play it. And I was like, well, it's got these weird knobs. I'm like, I don't know what any of that does. He said, it's easy, man. They just stack. It's just volume and tone, both of them front and back. And I was like, okay. So I sat it down, and I plugged it in, and I literally like hit the E string. I was like, dude, I said, can I just take this for the summer tour? And I told him, I was like, man, we're going to be playing this place. It'd be good, be a visible thing. And he's like, of course, man, just bring it back in the fall when you get back. Well, that was 10 years ago. So I haven't, almost 10 years ago. I haven't brought it back. That's
amazing.
Yet. But that's how John's just a good guy. He's actually like, if you got in a fight, you would want him to be on your team. He's just a good man, good dude. And anytime I'm like, bro, there's something wrong with the neck. My daughter broke the headstock off of her somehow.
Right. Yeah.
Took it in. He was, oh, no problem. Took it in. Next day, fixed it. Good as new.
Yep. Yeah.
So that's a lifetime situation for me. John's stuck with me. And not to mention his stuff is killer, man. It just, it works great. Well, that's the first bass I use on anything, any session.
That's awesome. I was talking in we had like a gift, bass gear wish list episode that just dropped.
Oh, nice.
And in it, I talked about Bluesman and how I was like, dude, they can pretty much anything your mind can imagine, they can create it.
Yeah.
Right. A double P, like you said, a short scale Thunder P, it's just like there's no end to what he can create. And if you just come up with the idea,
He's so creative, man.
But
He's just
yeah.
totally.
Yeah, that one's definitely one of my favorites. Is that P bass with the Thunderbird pickups in it? It just sounds so good. I love
I
it.
wish I could plug this in and give everybody a sample of how it sounds, but I don't think it would sound good through the microphone. But
Well,
honestly, okay, I'll just do this real quick. Like,
okay, do it.
Front pickup. If you use just this pickup, it sounds like the greatest P bass you've ever heard in your life. If you use both of them, it sounds like an amazing jazz bass with just a little more low end. I mean, and I usually start with just that rolled off a little bit. That's kind of like where when I build a tone for a session, it's kind of like that. This roll back a little bit. Sounds like a P bass, and then I just adjust moving forward as to whatever the song needs. But man, that just I can count on that thing. You know, it's just amazing.
Yep. Steven told me that that color is, they call it the Jacob Lowery green or something like that, because he said it's not I forgot what the actual wording of it is, but it's not there's two shades of like those original like sea foam colors, and one's much darker and one's lighter. Yeah. And that one is like in between.
Yeah. And I think it's aged. I mean, I think it's, this is all obviously was there, but like the actual color, it's changing a little bit. I mean, I guess that's what they do
over time. That's awesome. So that's pretty much your number one all the time. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Would you mind walking through your pedal board? Sure. What's your signal chain, like what you got in it?
Sure. So I have a duplicate of my pedal board. I have two of the same.
Okay.
I wonder if I can do this. What do you think? Is this brave to do what I'm about to do?
Do whatever you think.
Oh, okay. Let's see if I can just point this down there.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's so close. There we go. All right.
Nice.
Cool. All right. So this one just stays here at my place.
Okay.
Tuner, obviously. And then I have it split out. What I'll do, I have two channels going. One is totally clean. So I get a totally clean, no processing.
Okay.
And then the other goes through this octave OC3, and then over to the Nobles ODR, the mini one. And then I have the Protein here, which my buddy Dave Brown, who was my guitar tech forever, created.
Nice.
And it's got that, which is, he has another pedal called the Carbon. Yeah. And this side is just the Carbon. That's what I mainly use this for. This is supposed to be a Nobles also.
Yes.
But I mainly just use that blue side there. So that's a little overdrive selection depending on what the song is. And then I go over to this Ampeg. Can you see that?
Oh yeah, the Scrambler.
Well, it's not the Scrambler. It's the classic.
Is it? Okay.
It's a classic analog pre. It's supposed to sound like an SVT.
Oh, nice.
And it's got EQ on it, and it just gives a little boom kind of sound.
Okay.
My hand gestures are awesome. Yeah. Okay, and so this guy right here, this is an API pre that Dave Brown made for me. He took a 500 series API that goes into a lunchbox and put it into a pedal for me, and it takes 24-volt power, and it's an actual pre. So that's the pre that I use at every session. It's an actual API, so it's a real like studio grade pre there at the end of the board. So I have my other board. I have a different octave pedal, I think, and I have the Boss bass EQ on it. That's the only difference.
Okay.
Which I don't get to use the octave very much.
Right.
Sessions.
Yeah, that's true. But you just never know.
But yeah, that's right. As soon as I don't take it, they'll want it. But I'm a big believer in using overdrive a lot. It just makes it cut through, and it can actually warm up your tone a bit.
Yeah.
So I use it. I use it almost all the time. I have some kind of overdrive on my signal chain.
That's awesome. Yeah. So I have on my board the Aguilar tone hammer, and I have the AGS on all the time, so it's just like always got some drive on it. Like when you play with your fingers, it's a little less there, but then like if you go to a pick, it
there you go.
instantly cuts. You got and
man.
So it does. But having that protein on there, I'll bring up Park Cottrell from Colony House. He's had that thing on his board forever. He loves it. So yeah,
go check it out. Anybody looking for I need to get into the overdrive thing. That's the deal. And I'm a firm believer in the ODR, the Nobles. That's 2011, 12. Tom Bukovac was like, "Hey man, plug your bass into this." I mean, that's when I had none pedals, and I plugged it in, and I was like, "Wow, it actually sounds warmer and still has low end." And
nice.
It doesn't take any low end away. That particular pedal does not.
So one of the things I definitely wanted to bring up, because I know you had actually brought it up on your page the other day. I think like your Instagram page was the Bass Summit.
Oh yes.
You weren't not sure where I was going
nervous.
With this. Anyway, first, if you can speak a little bit about what the previous Bass Summits have been about, and then I don't know, are you still thinking about in the thinking stage of that, or?
Yeah, I'm going to do one the first quarter of 26 for sure. I need to do one. I have missed a whole year of doing it for a multitude of reasons, but basically, first one I did was in 23, I think, and I just wanted to get together people that want to do what I do, and let's talk about what that looks like. And so, who wants to talk about money, getting paid for what we do? Who wants to talk about what we just talked about, tone, a little bit of pedals? I'm really not a super geeky on that. I kind of I was getting bored while I was telling you that a minute ago.
I love it.
But who wants to talk about songs and the arc of songs? Who wants to talk about writing charts, reading number charts? Who wants to, all these kind of things, session etiquette,
right.
A lot of things. And whoever signed up, I said, send in your questions. I want to talk about what you want to talk about. Gear, home gear, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just kind of put it out on Instagram, and then a ton of people started reaching out like, yeah, I want to do it. So we did that. I think it was in September of 23, and we did a full day. And it was great, man. I think I had 20 people there, something like that, crammed into a room.
That's awesome.
And it was great, man. Great community. And also people would send in songs they played on. So we would I had an engineer there and everything set up. And so we would scope the songs that they played on so that,
nice.
I could say, well, what if you on the verse shortened your eighth notes, and then on the chorus, you opened up your eighth notes.
Right.
For different intensity, just little things like that. So, then did another one in 24, and same kind of thing, man. Same kind of response. So I love it, man. And that's not to say, dude, come on. I know I'm not like the best bass player or anything, but
come on.
But that's the truth, man. I know that.
Well,
but,
I know.
But there, I like people, and I like investing in people.
Yeah.
And if I can share something that I've learned the hard way, and people are interested in that, I'll share it, man. And
that's awesome.
And just mentor some people in that way. So
Yeah.
And what's cool, man, the last one I did, John built a bass and gave it away that day. We put names
Amazing.
in a jar, and I pulled out a name, and the dude won a $3,500 bass on the spot.
That's incredible. That's awesome.
Yeah. That was really, really cool. So probably do another one, and whenever it gets close, I'll let you know so you can say something about it. But
Yeah.
we'll do it
And
down here.
I would love to come too.
Oh, for sure.
Even though I'm not like, and obviously I have a Monday through Friday job, but it would still, I
It'll be
would love
Saturday.
just to hear, to listen, especially, you know, I have had the opportunity to get to play on a couple of live albums through our church, and which has been great. One of them actually, Cece ended up redoing. It was "That's My King."
Killer, dude.
So I got to play on the OG version.
There you go. That's awesome, man.
All the writers, you know, that are all dear friends of mine, they all ended up winning a Grammy over
That's so
it.
cool.
So it was just, that was amazing. But you know, I am always obviously looking to improve myself, and so, like, you know, anything that I can absorb and learn, you know, as well from that, even that could translate into that, I would definitely love to do so.
And I learned from it too, man. You know, you get together with 15 or 20 other people that are, you know, chasing this thing. You know, they'll come up with a pedal combination or like a technique or some way that they, you know, and I'm like, how'd you do that? You know, how'd you get that
That's
sound?
awesome.
You know,
Right?
so we all benefit from it. But yeah, I'll definitely let you know so you can push it out there too. And
Yeah. Definitely. Because there might be people that want to come into town for it. So
yeah. And the last one I did, I brought, John spoke for a minute. I had an interview about bass building and everything. And then I had Scott Williamson come in, drummer. And I interviewed him for a second. And we were at a studio the second time. And I was like, after I interviewed him, I was like, hey, man, here's a chart. I handed him a number chart. I said, I've got a song here. Listen to it. And then you and I are going to go do bass and drums on it. So they got to watch that go down.
Yeah.
And I think that was worth everything to them, to get to see,
yeah,
you know, him, because bass players love drummers, man. So
definitely.
yeah,
That's
to get to see that kind of master throwdown like that. That was worth the price of admission there.
That's amazing. I love that. Well, we're coming in kind of towards the end here, but one of the things that an idea I came up with was doing kind of a little rapid fire question thing. It's not full rapid fire because sometimes I end up asking another question in the middle of it, but it's the symbol of rapid fire. So anyway, so right out the gate here, your favorite go-to, flats or rounds?
I'm probably, that's tough. Like these are old rounds, like probably 5 years old, or 6. So I don't know. But man, I just love flats recent as of late, just as a kind of a thing. But I feel like I can't play them on everything. Sometimes I'm like,
True.
Doesn't work.
Yeah.
But, man, they sure are fun.
Yeah. I almost feel like I have to put a little bit of extra drive on them sometimes in some situations when I am playing flats.
Yeah. And then also like they're different overtones from that, even no matter how much you deaden them down, like a slide with flats that I would do on this bass. There's some kind of, you know, overtones that happen that don't happen. So I have to kind of play them just totally different.
Which I'm blanking on his name now, but Chris Stapleton's bassist, you probably know who.
JT.
Yeah, JT.
Sure.
Dude, he plays P basses with flats, and it just always sounds ridiculous. It's just so good. Next question. Oh, wait, I was going to ask you, what's your go-to brand on most of them?
I use Labella strings.
Nice.
Exclusively. Thank you, Labella.
Yes. That's actually how I found the list of names of people that you have played with, because they had like their little artist page and it had pulled that up, and I was like, oh, okay, here we go.
There you go.
So also a funny quick thing here, the woman who took your photo for that,
Elaine.
you were sitting, yes. So her kids and my kids went to the same tutorial,
I'll be dead go.
like homeschool tutorial.
Yeah.
So, cause like I was showing my wife, I said, see this bass right here? This, I need that bass. And, she saw at the bottom of it, it said the credit for the photo. She was like, oh yeah, that's so, and she immediately like knew who it was. Just kind of a small world moment there.
She's great. They're awesome people.
That's awesome. Next, P bass or jazz bass?
Probably P bass now. I grew up jazz bass. That's tough, but
yeah, it really is.
It's where we are.
I found that it's tougher than sometimes, because my first instinct is to always say P bass, just because it's so easy. One knot, volume, and just turn the tone all the way up.
Sounds good on every song too.
Yes, it's just. But lately, I've been playing a jazz a lot, and I really have gotten to where I am loving it too. So it's tough. Your desert island pedal.
A tuner. No. Man. I'm out of the protein.
Yeah. Yeah. And
the carbon particularly.
Yeah. Didn't they? It's basically, they kind of tweaked on that, didn't they? The blue side and the green side, like they're not like exact replicas of, like what they're supposed to be. They're a little tweaked, I guess, from some guys, I think is what I read at some point.
You asking the wrong one, bro.
He's your guitar tech. You're supposed to know this. No, I'm just kidding.
Just would say, hey, bro, what if you plug it in? Yeah.
Yeah. And you'd be like, that sounds great. Let's go with it.
Great idea.
I love that. Let's see. Favorite bass player?
Tommy Sims.
That's awesome.
Above Pino. I mean, I can round out the top 10 pretty quick. Carol K being in there too. And
oh yeah.
And Paul and Pino and Lee Sklar. Jimmy Lee Sloas.
I know. Yeah.
I mean, but so, for me, Tommy, just every time he plays, man, it's like, oh,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. Favorite coffee or like go-to roast of coffee?
I like dark roast. I grew up in Louisiana, so it's pretty strong situation there. So, pretty strong with and I'll use half and half in it, and that's it.
Nice. Favorite coffee shop? There's actually down in Columbia, there's some really good coffee shops.
Yeah, man. Bradley Mountain's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Down here. That's probably it down here. That's probably the best hang and coffee down here.
Plus I just love like the area behind it, all the kids running around and playing. It's got a great vibe to it.
Yeah.
And then I love Muletown too, there in downtown.
That's right.
Columbia. It's great too. So, let's see. What is currently in your listening rotation? Like if you pulled up your, I don't know if you have Spotify, but your year ending, how they tell you, oh, this is the stuff you listen to the most.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be interesting this year. I'm anxiously await that. Let's see. Well, let's just be honest and tell you what's happening here. I'll tell you Love Steven Wilson Jr. That record was killer. Son of Dad. If you don't know about that, you should listen to that. This is the Worship Based Coffee Podcast. Okay. I guess I have to be careful. I'm not. I'm going to tell you what I listen to.
Oh, you're good.
All right. There's a guy
good.
named John Splithoff. That's a cool record. Really cool record. You dig it, man. Bass wise.
Okay.
I'm going to continue on with the honesty segment of this day, and I'm going to say Sabrina Carpenter's record is fantastic. I'm also going to tell you that Olivia Dean's album is amazing. Olivia Dean's album called The Art of Loving. And there's another artist named Eloise that I love, female pop artist. I also love Lizzie McAlpine. I love girl pop.
Yeah.
Just do.
I mean, and well, the thing is, like, certain, I think it's better to have an open palette, you know, when it comes to stuff like that. Cause if you don't, you're just going to hear the same things over and over again. And you're not, your own personal palette is just going to be the same, you know, you're not really going to broaden anything. So
one other to check out is Bruno Major. He's fantastic. And what I do is every Tuesday when I'm driving in, I hit this Made for You. It creates a playlist of stuff.
Yeah.
And I listen to that driving in, and it gives me, you know, there might be one or two that I really like, and then I do the full, you know, check it out later kind of thing. So, yeah, man.
I love that.
If I want to get inspired, I do put it in reverse. I go back to stuff that I loved early on. That's not really an old man statement, but like I'll go back to the things that made me love music.
Sure.
And then that propels me forward to these things we're talking about.
Yep. Yeah. I that's kind of how I feel like sometimes, like, that's when my playing takes another little, you know, lift, is when I go back and I listen to some of that stuff and I get inspired by that stuff. It really, even going to shows too, like, man, I can go to a show and afterwards I come off of a high of like, man, I can't wait to get home and grab my bass and, you know, sit down with it. It does. Yeah.
Dude, we went and saw, my youngest daughter and I went and saw Casey Musgraves at Bridgestone last December, something like that. And, man, I mean, it was so inspiring. And I mean, they played it just like the record. It's Ian Fitchick playing drums and playing a lot of bass and keys too. But oh man, it's just so tasteful.
Amazing.
So good.
That's amazing.
Well, there you go.
That's awesome. I love it. Yeah. I just got mine back today, and big surprise, my number one band was Colony House. So, speaking of that, I'm glad that I said that, because I would have been like, dang it, I was going to ask him about this, because I remember that there are two people that are mutual friends of ours, Daniel Jones, who I love,
me too,
and also Scott Mills from Colony House. And I saw that you did a thing with David Leonard with them. Was that not too long ago? Was it like maybe a year or something like that? I can't remember,
dude.
But
I don't know. I've known Scotty for a long time. I've known Daniel for longer.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
So when our church did the first live album with That's My King and all that on there, Daniel played the drums on that whole. So I really got to know him really well, and he just great friend, another one of those, like, just guy that you want to be around and hang with.
Infectious smile.
Yes, exactly. And just so encouraging to me, because, you know, that obviously that was, for me, there was a pretty big like jump off of the end of a cliff for me, because I had never recorded like in that kind of situation ever. And the church really felt like, hey, except for drums, because, you know, Daniel, they really wanted it to be people who served on, you know, at the church, to be a reflection of the church. And so when I got approached about it, I was kind of like, man, that'd be awesome. And then, you know, it started sinking in, wait a minute, you know? So, but Daniel was just like, great. I mean, just so encouraging to me, and just really like just a really like good partner through that whole thing. But yes, I'm friends with, because I'm friends with Park, I've become friends with all the guys in Colony House too, and Scotty and all of them, and they're all just like great. So that's one of the reasons why they're my favorite band. So
they're a killer band, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. Will is just
monster.
Like I've said this before, but I really believe he is like one of the most dynamic live drummers out there. Like it reminds me of Greg Bissonette. You know, just that, you know, energy, you know, that he does. It's just so like, as far as that goes, now it's playing, like, obviously Will plays like extremely hard on that snare. He brings it. Awesome. I know. It's crazy. I don't know how he does. He'll, like, I've told people, like, however hard he hits the snare on the very first time is how hard he hits it on the very last. And I was like, I just don't know how he does it. And then you'll see him in the show and his knuckles are all bleeding, and it's crazy.
Gosh.
Yeah. Which I wanted to ask you real quick before we close out here. Speaking of, earlier we said Stephen Curtis Chapman. What did you specifically get to do with him?
So I did... I'm going to guess the year 2011 and 2012.
Okay.
Maybe 2013. 3 years I did a Christmas tour called the Story Tour. And it was written by Bernie Herms. The songs were all written by Bernie Herms and Nicole Nordeman. And it was like the Bible all the way through. They wrote songs about, you know, the major stories in the Bible all the way up to the end of the book. And so they had a different artist sing each song.
Oh, neat.
And so they did the record, and they were going to do the tour, and Dan Needham he played on the record, and he suggested me to do the tour on bass. And so it was me, Bernie Herms, Adam Lester on electric, and a guy named Matt Nelson, who does this music for The Chosen now. And he played cello and guitar. And we were the house band. And so Stephen sang a song on that record.
Nice.
And I'd had the opportunity, I'd gotten a call to do a tour with him earlier, maybe that year of 2011. And for whatever reason, it didn't work out. But then he came out and did this tour with us.
Nice.
And dude, he would sound check with Lord of the Dance, just checking his guitar.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? So good, man. But
that's amazing.
He was so lovely, man. Just great dude. Great. I love his voice, his playing, his singing. I mean, everything was great.
Yeah.
So, I got to do a little time with him on that.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mentioned that just because, in case people out there don't know, you know, the two of his sons are in Colony House,
right?
And both incredibly talented too, just like their dad. So, and just really good people too. Yeah. I mean, just kind and generous.
Yeah, they had to be coming from those.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So wrapping things up here, what is some advice that you would give to somebody maybe young? I mean, you were talking about the 19-year-old that you had spoken
Right.
to earlier. What's some advice that you would give to some people that are maybe wanting to get into that whole world?
Well, when I moved here, I wanted to break into the scene that was already going on. And I was like, if I could just get in there with those people that were playing on records right then, like, man, if I could break into that. That's not really what has happened. So what you do
Oh,
is
right.
you just kind of blossom where you are. And let's say you're 22 years old and you're here, and there's a guy you went to school with that's producing an independent artist from Smyrna, and she doesn't have any money, but you're like, I'll come over and play on your stuff for you. Okay, cool. Well, 10 years from now, that person is the top producer in town for whatever. And guess who his favorite bass player is? You.
Right.
So that's
Yeah.
a good path right there, is to just naturally find a group, and don't do it the slimy way. Just do it the natural way, and
Sure.
just grow together, blossom together.
Yeah.
So for me, there have been lots of times where I've done sessions with all those people I wanted to be working with when I moved to town. It's kind of like, boom, I get thrust into that situation, but then I get back on that track with the people that I've been growing with. So,
Right.
that's what I think. You just have to be patient with the process. And it's a weird time right now as far as like technology and a lot of
Sure.
stuff. And, I don't want to be a bummer about it, but I mean,
Sure.
I'll tell you honestly, like, it has affected workflow for me.
Oh, I bet.
I did all of the like radio IDs for iHeartRadio and different radio stations around the country. That was consistent work for a long time. That disappeared a year ago. Like, not even like slow, it just
Right.
gone. And so that's gone. A lot of demo sessions are gone. Like, demos are just, you
Yeah.
go in 3 hours, you bang out about 5 songs for a songwriter that, just gives you a work tape, like a guitar and a vocal.
Yeah.
And you just look at the chart, you listen to half of it, you go, okay, let's go. And you go play it. And it's really a cool, fun process to see. But I think I've done 2 of those this year, where I used to do 5 or 6 a month.
Yeah.
So it's a weird time. And if you can adjust and find your place and all that, cool.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And I completely agree. I mean, there were plenty of times where in the beginning I was, and I talked about this before, where I was doing gigs for free. In fact, I do some for free now, just because I love the music. I love getting to play with people. And so it's like, hey, I'm blessed that I have a 40-hour a week job, during the week that pays all my bills. So I'm like, if I can help the artist by, saying, hey, don't worry about it, which he usually ends up like getting us free food and something to drink or whatever. And I'm like, hey, that's right up I mean,
Making
armies
money.
that's right. Armies don't march on an empty stomach. So,
Yeah.
So I've done that a bunch, myself, but I think kind of having that open mind, I've heard some other people talk about, instead of like, he would do something that maybe wouldn't pay as much, but just because he liked it a lot.
Totally.
And he was just like really
it's
into
gotta be
it,
the 3 things: the hang, music, and the money. It's gotta be 2 out of those 3.
Right.
To say yes. So if the hang's
Exactly.
great and the music's bad, when the money's good, you go do it.
Right.
I mean, 2 out of 3 of those.
2 out of 3. Exactly.
That's the rule.
Exactly. That's awesome. Well, I guess that's about it for time. Of course,
Come on, man. We're just getting started, dude.
I know, it's true.
Hey,
I might have I might have to do a part 2 with you.
Oh, sure. I'm ready. I do want to say one thing.
Yeah.
Since this is I see it says worship based coffee podcast.
Yeah.
I'll say this to the worship
Yeah.
people. Like with all like what we're just talking about, I guess we were talking about AI basically. I
Yeah.
really think it would be cool if churches worship people. I'm gonna get in trouble for this, but let's go, man. Like if AI is so bad, let's stop using tracks on Sunday morning. Let's be humans in a worship experience.
Yeah.
Let's stop
and if
having
the song isn't as full, it's okay.
What? Full? Don't you understand that space is so important in music?
True.
And
Very
if you
true.
play one guitar part that fills that space, and it's coming from real human fingers.
Yes.
It means so much more.
Yeah.
And also the person that tells you what every section to go to.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we've been taking the humanity out of this thing for a long time. Guilty party right here. I've been a part of it all. But what if you learned the arrangement? And what if you learned how to bring a tone to the stage that fills that space and creates whatever needs to happen in that room?
Yeah.
Rather than space bar. And here we go, and the nanny's going to tell us where to go to every section.
Yeah. That
sounds kind of cranky, but like, I think we're at an interesting point here, in music. So, I really feel like the humanity of what we do is what's going to stick out.
Yes.
If you can sit down and play and sing a song, that's special.
Right.
If you can't do anything without the person telling you that the pre-chorus is coming up,
right,
then we got a problem.
Right.
So, man, just whatever that means to y'all.
I love that.
Figure out a way to get there. There are great musicians on your teams. They're great musicians. You don't need all that. You think you do because your ear is playing a trick on you with this little thing you have in your ear.
Right.
If you go out front and you mute those 10 pads that are coming through your computer, actually the room opens up more. There's more space for things to be heard.
Yeah. Yep.
God
hey,
bless.
I like it. I like it. Hey, because, I came from, when I first started playing at church, I came from wedges, and a bass amp,
Bring it on.
And hearing it all through that. And same for, when playing in the Beatles group, we did not use in-ears. It was like showing up and you got wedges and bringing in an amp. And
and it makes you play dynamically.
Yeah.
Because if you got these in here, you're playing as hard as you can, especially drums don't know how hard they're hitting. They can't read the room.
Yep. Yeah.
So I think there's some things that could be tweaked, man.
Oh yeah. I would always be down for that, going back a little bit old school with stuff like that for me personally.
Why not just try it? Try it 1 week and and just let the bottom fall out of whatever happens.
Well,
because
I will say we have done it a few times where they've just been like, we're not even on this song. We're just click. That's
I love
it.
that.
And,
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm not the authority on all this, dude. I'm just trying to protect humanity. I'm trying to just keep music real, real coming from the hearts of people. And
it's like I saw today on Instagram, I saw a picture, and it was a picture in a food court from the 1980s, and then a picture currently today. And it was like in the 80s, it was they had like boom boxes, the kids were all hanging out talking, and then this, like a bunch of kids, and they're all looking down at their phones, and that's kind of that's kind of a little bit relatable to that, where music came from to now, So
Yeah.
yeah,
God,
definitely. We're old. We just want to bring back the glory days.
I just want an amp. Just give
Yes,
me an
exactly.
amp. Jeez.
I want to feel my pants vibrate. You know.
Oh man,
that's awesome, Jacob.
Bro,
thank you so much.
thanks
And
for having me, man.
seriously, I would definitely like to do like a part 2. Because I feel like I could probably sit here for another hour and a half with you. So
I'd love
that
it,
would
man.
be awesome.
Let's do it again.
And
sure.
then definitely reach out to me once you know some more information for the Bass Summit, because I'd like to plug it here in case anybody was interested. So
for sure.
And I want to come myself. So
come on, come win a Bluesman bass. You need one, another one.
Yes, exactly. I was talking in the last episode. I was like, that place for years has been my cheers. You know, instead of going down to the local bar to have a beer, I always just went down to Bluesman to get some sawdust on me.
Breathe in some paint fumes.
Exactly. Hang out. Of course, like you walk in for 15 minutes and it turns into an hour and a half.
Every time. Love it.
Yeah. Anyway, cool, man. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I will talk to you again soon.
Heck yeah, bro.
All right. See ya. And welcome back to the Worship Based Coffee Studios. That was a great episode, wasn't it? I mean, Jacob is just so personable, easy to talk to, tells great stories. I could have sat there even longer. And that's why, like I said in the intro, I'm definitely going to have him back in, hear some more stories. It's just great. I love it all. And starting off with the new year, some people and other people of the worship-based community had kind of decided, hey, what if we tried to do a Bible reading plan together? And I was like, you know what? I love that idea. Not going for perfection on it and just kind of trying to do our best, encourage each other, give little insights as to what we read and how it felt to us. And so anyway, if you are interested in doing that, send me an email at worshipbasedcoffee@gmail.com, and I will add you into the list. And even though you've missed a little bit of it, you can just hop right in. It's a 365 Bible reading plan, and it's on the Bible app, which is the YouVersion app. So anyway, I am going to read something from there. It's a Psalm of David when he fled from his son Absalom. And it says, I lie down and sleep. I wake again because the Lord sustains me. I will not fear, though tens of thousands assail me on every side. Arise, Lord, deliver me, my God. Strike all my enemies on the jaw. Break the teeth of the wicked. Lord, from the Lord comes deliverance. May your blessings be on your people. So one of the reasons I decided to read that is because you may be listening to this and you may be in a season or a situation where you feel like the enemy is attacking you. And my encouragement to you would just be to, like this, call on the Lord to deliver you, to rise up, and to, be your deliverance from the situation you're in. And so anyway, just a little something. Again, if you'd like to join us on that, just reach out to me on that. And if you just want to email me, again, worshipbasedcoffee@gmail.com. And you can send me an email about anything. I've had some guys reach out to me through that. If you have gear questions, feel free to reach out to me. I may not have all the answers, but I will be glad to talk to you, give you some encouragement if maybe that's all you're looking for. And with this year, guys, thank you for everyone that has listened, that's contributed. And starting this year off, I'm really excited to bring you guys some good guests And hopefully with that, we'll have a great year together in this community, worship-based community. And just know, all of you that are listening, you are part of this community. We're all part of this community, and it's just great to have all of you. And so when you reach out to me, it's just, that's probably been the best thing, is some of the like friendships that I've made through this. So anyways, with all of that, we're going to end the first episode in the same way we always do. And that is to remember to tell someone you love them. And we'll see you next time.